your hands up and fill the next cup. Let's get this started again. Wake up, rub the eyes, another new day and it's no surprise. I lost my phone, my keys, my car, I left my wallet at the bar. Tie shoes, swig some booze, another new day, got nothing to lose. I can't remember her name, I think this show's all to blame. If it's only gonna be for tonight, let's set this party right. So throw your hands up and fill the next cup. Let's get this started again. Let's get this started again. Let's get this started again.
We are live in Honolulu, Hawaii for WWE 2K25 Universe Mode episode number 14, and it is another edition of Smackdown Live. We have more Money in the Bank qualifying matches to come. We have Drew McIntyre in the main event, plus much more to come. So let's see what's kicking off this episode.
Look who it is, guys. Kicking off episode number 14. It's the role model.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from San Jose, California, Bayley!
Great to see Bayley here on Friday Night SmackDown Live. And you guys might recall that last week on this very show, we saw that Stephanie McMahon, the GM of the Blue Brand, made an announcement that that woman, Bayley, will be taking on a mystery opponent here on this episode in a Money in the Bank qualifying match. So let's see who Bayley will be taking on in this qualifying match. Wait a minute. There's no way. Oh my God. Is that who I think it is?
Her opponent from Tokyo, Japan, Julia!
Ace Army, this is one of Japan's biggest superstars. It's Julia. Julia is taking on Bayley in a Money in the Bank qualifying match here on Friday Night SmackDown Live. And what a dream match we are about to witness. Look at the graphic. It is official. Bayley, Julia. Let's see who will be going to Money in the Bank. I still can't believe this is happening. This is surreal. All right, the bell has been rung, and Julia was going to start off with something strong there, but we are starting off with some chain wrestling, and the veteran in Bayley, look at her now with a big hold, and Julia gets out of it. Julia goes underneath Bayley. And now a leapfrog attempt from the debuting star. She misses the mark there, but Bayley also misses. Both women missing their shots, but we are back to square one with some more chain wrestling. And now Julia using her strength, pushing Bayley on the ropes, as you guys can see. Chad Patton, our official, trying to break it up, and he does. And now Bayley with a beautiful pin attempt here. Will she get the quick win? Kick out at 0 with no big moves landed from both women yet. And now Bayley with the guillotine choke locked in on the debuting Julia. Julia with an incredible counter. Let's see what Julia can do now. Julia with a shot to the face. And now with the side Russian leg sweep. And now some shots to Bayley's face. And now speaking of shots to the face, here we go with some more. Damn. And then finishing up with a slap. Julia with a stomp, knee to the spine. And what a great win this would be if Julia somehow knocks off Bayley and qualifies for Money in the Bank. That would be an opportunity, because Bayley is arguably one of the best women's wrestlers we've seen in Universe Mode history. Bayley goes back all the way to WWE 2K22 Universe Mode, my first year doing this, where she won the Women's Royal Rumble and then competed and faced Alexa Bliss, I believe, at WrestleMania that season. So this would be an incredible win for Bayley, or Julia, excuse me, and she almost had a 3 count there. But let's see if she can get the win. And Bayley, look at this. Oh, God, planning down Julia. Bayley with a nice low kick there. Going off the ropes now, and an elbow to the debuting superstar. cover now from the role model. 1. Trying to defeat Julia, but she only gets a count of 1. Collar elbow top, Irish whip. And now Bayley going underneath. And look at this. I thought it was going to be a Luthaz press there, but it was not. Bayley instead slams the head of Julia back to the mat. And Julia is not in a good position here. Bayley is in complete control as of now. But look at this. Bayley to the top rope, pointing at Julia. And Bayley taking Julia down, jumping to the floor. Incredible maneuver there. The crowd loving it here. Kick to the thigh from Bayley. Count of 2 now. Chad Patton telling these 2 women to get back in the ring, and a Bayley to belly there from Bayley. And now Julia trying to get the crowd on her side with the taunt of her own. But if I was Julia, I wouldn't be taunting for long because you haven't done much here in your debut. She misses the headbutt, and Bayley looking to capitalize on that miss. Rose plant connects, hooking the leg, and that might be it. 2, 3. Bayley knocks off Julia on her debut.
Here is your winner, Bayley!
Great win for Bayley, knocking off the debuting Julia here in a Money in the Bank qualifying match. We'll see Bayley in a couple weeks in that ladder match. But what's next here on Smackdown Live? And our first promo of the night is none other than All Ego, Ethan Page and Ethan Page, and we are brought to you live in Honolulu, Hawaii. But what will All Ego Ethan Page say here in Hawaii, in Honolulu? I don't know. We'll see what All Ego has to say here on SmackDown Live. Great to see Ethan Page. Honolulu, Hawaii, you're looking at the next Mr. Money in the Bank, and you're looking at the next Money in the Bank qualifier, because next week I punch my ticket to the top, because All Ego doesn't wait for opportunities. I take them. That briefcase, it's mine. And when I grab it, the whole world's gonna know Ethan Page is destined to be champion. So I'll see you next week, because whatever scrub is facing me will not win. In her second straight match in back-to-back weeks, it is none other than the Eradicator, Rhea Bloody Ripley. And bang! There is Rhea Ripley.
The following contest is scheduled for 1 fall, making her way to the ring from Adelaide, South Australia, Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley fought Bianca Belair last week on SmackDown Live, where she challenged her for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship, but she ultimately fell up short. But now she is taking on Ivy Nile in one-on-one action. So will Rhea Ripley make quick work of Ivy Nile of American Made?
And her opponent, representing American Made from Knoxville, Tennessee, Ivy Nile.
From one Knoxville, Tennessee opponent to the other, here is Ivy Nile all by herself. No Creed Brothers, no Chad Gable, all business for Miss Nile. But let's start this one-on-one clash between the Eradicator, Rhea Ripley, and that woman, Ivy Nile. All right, guys, Rhea Ripley and Ivy Nile about to start, and look who it is. It's the hot mess, Chelsea Green. What is she doing here? Charles Robinson saying, get this match started, and Ripley seems to be distracted, focused on the hot mess herself. Get her out of here. I don't know why she's here. Oh, she has a chair even. Well, it looks like Chelsea Green will be spectating this match. The bell has been rung, and both women missed their mark. And here we go, and the crowd chanting, Rhea is going to kill you. But let's see if that stands true, because Ripley looking like she is winning the muscle game here in the chain wrestling battle. Maybe I spoke too soon. Ivy Nile of American Made has a nice little choke here. And let's see what that can do. And she's muscling out Rhea Ripley right now. We saw Rhea Ripley last week take on the SmackDown Live Women's Champion Bianca Belair in a SmackDown Live Women's title match. And as you guys could see, when Rhea Ripley made her entrance, she did not walk out as champion. But Ivy Nile taking it to mommy right now. Look at this, choking her out, and the crowd is booing. And oh my God, just tossing the Eradicator. Ivy Nile all solo here in this match. Usually she has American Made with her, but she wanted to come out solo. And I believe this marks the first ever time we have seen Ivy Nile in a one-on-one match in Universe Mode history. So let's see what she can do in her debut. Taking it to Ripley now. And look at this, pushing her into the turnbuckle. And look at that. That is what Chad Gable has trained her to do. That is a perfect suplex. And now a cover. Trying to get the win. What a win this would be over Rhea Ripley if she somehow does it. But a kick out there from Ripley. And now Ivy Nile telling Rhea to bring it on even more. Car and elbow tie up. And look at the strength of Nile. Picking up Ripley. Center of the ring. Power slam there. Damn. I was not expecting this from American Made Zone. And now Ivy doing push-ups on Ripley now. Making a fool of her. Second rope goes Nile. Nile telling Rhea to bring it on. Ivy Nile with a second rope Hurricane Rana to perfection. Ripley getting out of the way there, and Ripley trying to land some offense. But look at this. Ivy Nile is just taking it. Oh my God. Ivy Nile now. Look at this. Spear to the outside. Down goes Ripley to the floor. Not looking good for mommy right now. Charles Robinson beginning his count while Chelsea Green looks on, as you guys can see. Don't know why she is here. Don't know what her intentions are, but I'm sure we will find out. Ivy Nile is waiting for Ripley to come back in the ring. Hits her with his shot there, and Ripley is getting manhandled. What is going on? Rhea Ripley having an off day. Might because Chelsea Green is there watching on, and it came down to start this match and just in Rhea Ripley's head, I guess. I don't know. But second rope, Ivy Nile now for the second time in this matchup. And now Rhea Ripley intercepting in a power slam there from mommy. The Eradicator is back, and let's see what she can do. She is finally doing something. Never mind. Ivy Nile, look at this. Maybe trying to end Rhea Ripley in this match. And look at this, a torture rack type maneuver there. This is not good for Rhea Ripley. But for Ivy Nile and American Made, this is great. Doing all this to one of the best, if not the best, women's superstar on SmackDown Live besides the champ. It's impressive. But Rhea Ripley, oh guys, look at this. Rhea Ripley looking for Riptide possibly. Riptide, and now these two women going back and forth. Rhea Ripley getting the best of Ivy Nile now and getting the crowd on her feet. Oh my God, here comes Chelsea Green with a lariat and knocking down Rhea Ripley, and the bell has been rung. This match is a no contest. Gunther, I want you to listen to me, big man. Yeah, you, WWE champion. That loss at Bash in Berlin when I lost to Kevin Owens is behind me. I'm looking at the future. I'm looking at Money in the Bank, because Punk will be money whenever I beat you for your WWE championship and show all these beautiful people why I am a better champion than your sorry ass. So I will see you at the end of the month at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, and just know I will be the one to pin you for a count of 3 when I take your WWE championship. Look who it is. Ace Army, it's the greatest luchador of all time. His name is Rey Mysterio. And he's in a Money in the Bank qualifying match. Great to see Rey Mysterio.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. making his way to the ring from San Diego, California, weighing in at 175 pounds, Mysterio!
All right, guys, who is Rey Mysterio taking on in this qualifying match for Money in the Bank? Let's see. Oh, man. It's Solo Sikoa, and he is getting a plethora of boos.
From Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at 250 pounds, Solo Sikoa!
Solo Sikoa back in universe mode after being injured in the 2K24 season towards the end, but now he is back and he is looking to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match. But before he qualifies, he has to defeat Rey Mysterio. Guys, Rey Mysterio is the greatest luchador of all time to grace this great planet of Earth. So let's see who gets the win. Will it be Solo Sikoa or will it be Mysterio? All right, the bell has been rung, and Solo Sikoa versus Rey Mysterio is happening. And a bear hug from Sikoa starting this match off, and Mysterio getting out of it. And Rey Mysterio, I forgot to mention, but rocking a brand new attire, and it's looking good. And what a DDT that was from Mysterio. Rey with a stomp to the arm, and now a springboard, and the man can move at his age. Very incredible. In a count of one, Jessica Carr is our official in this match. And I still can't believe what we saw in the last match. We saw Ivy Nile manhandle Rhea Ripley, and then Chelsea Green get involved. Crazy. I'm sure those two women are far from done. And look at Mysterio now with a beautiful springboard to the bloodied Sikoa. If Rey Mysterio can somehow win here and add a Money in the Bank opportunity to his resume, that would be incredible. And Mysterio was looking for a second rope double axe handle there, but Sikoa is not going to let that happen. And Solo now putting Rey Mysterio in the corner. And oh God, Rey Mysterio shoulder right into the LED ring post. And look at Solo with a running knee to the face. Luckily, Rey's mask protects him a little bit, but I'm sure not a lot. I'm sure he still absorbs some of those blows. And guys, this can't be good. Look at Solo with a shot to Rey Mysterio. And what are we going to see here? Solo, don't do whatever you're thinking. Solo, stop it. Sikoa dropping Rey Mysterio off the top rope. That hurts. And the crowd already chanting, "This is awesome." And it's Solo with a second rope headbutt to Mysterio, the Hall of Famer, class of 2023. And speaking of Hall of Fame, do we think Solo Sikoa will ever be in the Hall of Fame? Because his Universe Mode resume definitely doesn't show it. I mean, the only thing he really had going for him was a SmackDown Live Tag Team Championship run with his brother Jimmy Uso in 2K24. But in 2K25, he can add more to that resume if he knocks off Rey here, qualifies for Money in the Bank, and possibly wins the Money in the Bank ladder match. But look at this, Solo Sikoa maybe charging up a spike, and it looks like he might do it. No, counter there from Mysterio, and Rey Mysterio, look at this. This is the greatest finisher, arguably of all time. The 6-1-9. No, Sikoa with a counter. Both men counting each other's finishes, and Sikoa going to capitalize on that counter, and he gets a 3 count. Sikoa qualifies for Money in the Bank.
Here is your winner, Solo Sikoa!
Good win for Solo Sikoa. We'll see him at Money in the Bank, but what's next here on SmackDown Live? That's very cute, Punk. Or should I say, Phil. You think you can beat me for my WWE title? I knocked off Damian Priest. I can sure as hell knock off you. You lost to Kevin Owens at Bash in Berlin, and you think that's behind you? That's not how it works, pal. Why don't we do this? At Money in the Bank, I'll challenge you, but we're putting Kevin Owens in the mix. I'm not scared of him. He beat you, so he gets to be in this match as well. So, Money in the Bank, At the end of the month, it will be me, Gunther, the ring general, putting his WWE title on the line versus CM Punk and Kevin Owens in a triple threat match. It is main event time, and look who it is. It is the man that called out Shawn Michaels last week on SmackDown Live. It is the Scottish psychopath, Drew McIntyre. McIntyre with sword in hand, sword planting into the stage. The fire is going off, and Drew McIntyre has his game face on.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 254 pounds, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre!
All right, guys, main event time. Drew McIntyre versus Shawn Michaels happening right now as we speak. But let's see the Heartbreak Kid. All right, guys, here comes Shawn Michaels, and Drew McIntyre is ready to go. And look at Drew McIntyre. McIntyre, stop it. McIntyre unleashing shots on the Heartbreak Kid, and Charles Robinson trying to get Drew off him, and he does. But what a cheap shot that was from McIntyre. Doing Mr. WrestleMania like that is crazy, but this is our main event. So we'll see if Drew McIntyre can get the advantage over HBK because of that cheap shot. But Michaels not taking no for an answer. He is going to town on the Scottish psychopath. McIntyre, great counter there. Going from behind now. And a beautiful jumping neckbreaker. Drew McIntyre called out Shawn Michaels last week on SmackDown Live, if you guys remember that. And now we are seeing these two men go at it. And a running shoulder tackle flattening HBK. Drew going to the top rope now. Look at McIntyre looking to fly. And Drew McIntyre with a nice jumping attack there. And Michaels is like landing on that bottom rope. Drew McIntyre, ally of Kenny Omega, and that says a lot. Those two are two of the best on the blue brand, and I'm getting word we'll see Kenny Omega in action next week, so do not forget about that. That will be great to see, and I know it's going to be a good match because any match with Kenny Omega is going to be good. And Shawn Michaels with a shot to McIntyre, stunner to the floor, down goes Drew, and Shawn Michaels. Oh, I thought he was going to do something there, but he does not. McIntyre looking for a future shock DDT. He hits it. Shawn Michaels is down. Face first into the canvas. He went. And now Drew looking for a Claymore. 3, 2, 1. Claymore to HBK. Is that it? This is the main event. This will be the quickest main event in history, probably. 2. Kick out at 2 from Michaels. Drew McIntyre with the big stomp there to the face of HBK. I don't know how Shawn Michaels wasn't bleeding there. And Shawn, great counter there, taking down Drew. And a moonsault there off the top rope to the back of McIntyre. And Michaels, this is vintage HBK, taking down Drew. Atomic drop. What's he looking for now? He's looking for a power slam, and he connects. Look at the Heartbreak Kid hooking the leg, trying to defeat his rival in McIntyre. Kick out at 2. Michaels now, collar and elbow tie up. Shawn Michaels spiking the head and neck of McIntyre into the mat with that pile driver. Michaels now. Another power slam to the Scottish psychopath. And Shawn Michaels is red hot right now. What is Michaels thinking next? Shawn going to the top rope. Shawn Michaels. That's a elbow drop. I blanked on what the move was called there. Excuse me. But a 2 count in McIntyre kicking out at a count of 2. And look at Michaels Might be looking for a sweet chin music here to McIntyre, tuning up the fans, and that is a sweet chin music, and that was almost a sweet victory for the showstopper. He's going for another pin, but this time using the ropes, anything to beat Drew, Shawn Michaels is saying, but he only gets a count of one, and another sweet chin music was about to happen, but McIntyre dodged it, got out of the way, and now capitalizing with a running power slam. And now look at Drew going for a pin of his own, trying to put him away. Count of 1.9. That was almost 2. McIntyre, Irish whip. And McIntyre with another Claymore. I was not expecting a Claymore there, I'll tell you that much. And it busts open the face of Shawn Michaels. And I'm trying to make out the crowd here. I think they are chanting one more time. But will we see another Claymore? I don't know. Depends how this match turns out. And Michaels looking to fly, and he misses the mark. Drew McIntyre gets back in the ring before that move was landed. And here we go. Going back into the ring. Calling elbow tie up McIntyre. McIntyre dropping HBK onto that top rope. And now going for the legs, kick to the thigh. And what's he thinking? Looking for something here. Oh, God. Back into the turnbuckle pad. And now Drew shot on Michael, or I was going to say McIntyre. Michaels' face, the bloodied face of Shawn Michaels. You guys can see on that right eye, busted open. And now Drew with the boot right to the exposed area. And now Drew going to the top rope. Look at this. Diving elbow drop to the Heartbreak Kid into a cover. 1, 2. Kick out at 2 from Shawn Michaels. What a match this has been. What a great main event. McIntyre now teeing off on Shawn Michaels' face. And now a stomp kick to the chest. And Drew McIntyre running off the ropes. And I don't know what that was, but it connected. And look at the power of this man throwing HBK into the corner. Michaels getting up, though. I think Michaels was charging up something there, if you know what I'm saying. But Drew McIntyre has been manhandling him for the past couple of minutes. Collar and elbow tie up. HBK now was looking for something. But Drew McIntyre is back on the offense. Like, oh, counter to the Claymore. Michaels saw it coming. And now HBK with the chop. Another one. A shot to the face. Drop kick to the back now. And Shawn Michaels might be looking for another switch in music. He is. Look at this. Michaels looking for another switch in music to McIntyre. McIntyre gets hit. Covered from HBK. 1, 2, 3. Michaels wins. What a win for HBK.
Here is your winner, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
What a great episode of Smackdown Live and Universe Mode. I'll see you guys next Monday for another episode. Take care, guys, and enjoy your day.